All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Expose News TV. Expose News TV, always here to give you back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things they shell for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too, so that you'll be able to get our news anytime we drop them. Bojum, you will be among the first set of people we will get our news as see the hot where. Also remember to like and share this news to those that are in support of our cause, of course, and not those that are not in support before they go come they winch our movement. My people, the latest one where we they get right here be say I see the hot where now, so we go they give them to now hot. Yes, the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Army has engaged the Nigerian fighter jets. hot. My people, you suppose not say that so it go they be nowadays, because if these people come they do us anyhow and we know they reply, it go be like say we know they actually respond to all these things where they do us. My people, we know how hard these people have oppressed us and has killed our civilians. Biafran civilians have done absolutely nothing to them, and each time they keep doing these things, they keep messing around with us. One way or another, we would always respond, because that is what we are here for. Ultimately, we are also here to get our Biafra freedom, our Biafra declaration as the time goes on. That is what we are aiming for. At the same time, this particular response that we keep doing, it's so that people would understand. It's so that also the world will understand that we have not given up. Because when they continue to do these things to us and they're like, these people are not doing anything, they're not saying anything about these things that are happening to them, it would look like these people have finally given up. But no, these responses we give, because sometimes people keep asking, why do we behave this way? Why do we react? Why do we respond? We always respond to let people understand that we are well alive and we are ready to go against whatever these people have put against us, or whatever they want to find a way to put against us. Nothing of those sorts is going to stop us from going hard on them, because we do not care. No matter whatever it is that is happening, we are going to understand why they should not be messing with us. That is why at this point the Biafra army raised the bar by engaging their fighter jets. Yes, engage them by raise the bar by engaging their fighter jets. And of course, it was something that you would think of. I feel it is something that we do just because we understand how things are actually happening, and how it should actually be for people to understand the rates actually things are being done at the moment. The most important thing is that people are being deceived. The rate of propaganda is on another level. The rate at which things are being done is on another level. It's on a heavy level, because I do not understand how things are, or how things are being done at the moment, even with the fact that it is eating up. It is causing a whole lot of issues evenly at the moment. That is the truth of the matter. One thing is clear. One thing is really clear. The rate at which people are thinking, or are hitting, or are beating at everything that concerns the Biafra freedom is on another level. And my people, yes, it might be getting the backlashes, but then it is giving us the audience we need. The world knows that we exist. And though with the fact that maybe the things they are trying to portray or give the world about us might be negative, it lets them understand that we are people around. And of course, we have the PMBRGIE Simon Ekpa Joko that has been making it known to people on the positive side, with the consistent conventions that we've been having, with the consistent activeness he's been giving to them, to let them understand that we are fighting for our freedom, nothing more, nothing less. All these other things that they're trying to bring up against us is nothing at all. But then, of course, one way or another, we'll have to find our way around every single thing that we are doing at the moment. And my people, we are very, very sincere. I believe that we will succeed. We will succeed. We just need to be able to do our own part, put in all our best in every single thing we are doing, and watch how things would actually play out for us, because they will play out well. The fact that we have come up to this extent, the fact that even the Nigerian government has gotten so pissed that they are looking for assassins, looking for a whole lot of things to put against us, means that we are beating the right three and we are hitting it well. And the earlier we keep on doing that without resisting or without holding back at any point in time, the better for us. And if I'm being very sincere with you, it's going to give us a whole lot of gain. It's going to give us a whole lot of gain, and we are going to be able to do things that would actually give us big credits as time goes on. The most important thing is that we do not give up.
Africa has borne witness to huge moments in human history. Current scientific evidence points to Africa as the cradle of humankind, and why there is a debate on where exactly in Africa humans first emerged. The continent still plays a central role in the origin of the human race. Africa is also a land of turmoil, with the West and East African slave trade unleashing huge devastation on the continent's people. Various colonial empires partitioned Africa among themselves. They partitioned Africa among themselves. Started with their meeting was it Berlin? Berlin, yes, Germany. In 18 something, they partitioned Africa at our own absence, without our consent. They divided our lands, they invaded us with guns and bullets in order to join us together. That is the chaos you have today in Africa. Now, they say, why the remaining local kingdoms waged war against each other, ethnic and religious conflict persists even in the post-colonial era. Now, let me bring you to this place. Let me bring you to this place. Yes. Look at here. They said, more than 50 years since the end of the Nigerian Civil War, the continuing ethno-religious tensions and underdevelopment in the region of Biafra, have resulted in a Biafran diaspora with millions of Biafrans leaving Nigeria for a better life overseas. In the United States alone, only in America, there are 4 million Biafrans. 4 million Biafrans. Do you know that there are some countries today, there are some nations today that are not even up to 4 million people? Are you aware that there are some countries today that are not up to 4 million people? Even in Europe, there are some countries that are not up to 4 million people in Europe. But we are talking about Biafrans, only the ones in America. Not all the American continent, not all the North American continent. We are talking about those in the USA, United States of America alone. The ones in Canada are not counted. The ones in other North American countries are not counted. Now, when you go to South American continent, we are in millions over there. We are in millions. Now, if you bring Biafrans in Europe as a whole, including those in Britain, we are more than 15 million in Europe. Now, if you go to other African countries, all over African countries in Africa here, we have more than 20 to 30 million Biafrans outside, in Africa alone. I'm telling you. Because only Biafrans in South Africa, I don't know if there are more than this 4 million. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm serious about this. I don't know. I don't know how many there are. Now, let's continue. They say there are 4 million Biafrans in the USA alone, despite the country no longer existing for over 5 decades. The dream for an independent state still remains, with a Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, declared in 2023, with Finland-based Simon Ekpa as its prime minister, along with 200 cabinet ministers and liaison offices in many different countries, especially those with significant Biafran populations. Back in Nigeria, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. What are these civil disobedience campaigns we have been holding in Biafra land that the United States of America media outlet has recognized? That very civil disobedience, the number one of them all, if not the only one or the main one, is the sit at home that the enemies have been fighting so hard to stop. Are you paying attention? Somebody say Luxembourg is 600,000. Thank you. Let me bring it to the screen. That is what I'm saying. There are some countries, even in Europe, that are not up to 4 million. And somebody is telling me that Luxembourg is 6,000 people. And I learned, I read one thing. I don't know if it's a documentary or what. I don't know. They said that Luxembourg is is it the richest country in Europe? Or I don't know. There's something there. Is it the richest country or what? Something like that. Can you correct me, those of you that live in Europe? I saw something sometime in the past that said that Luxembourg is, so another person said Malta is 400,000. You see? And now, this Luxembourg that has 600,000, I heard that they are, I don't know if it's richest or what. There is something they control as the biggest in the world. Somebody say in the world. Thank you. The richest country in the world. Not even America, not China, not France, not Germany, not United Kingdom, not Russia, not France, not Dubai. But Luxembourg, small Luxembourg, I don't know if they are up to my village. I'm not sure if they are up to my village. But they are the richest country in the world. I don't know if it's by GDP. Probably by GDP or something like that. I don't know. And they are 600,000 in population. And they have no oil. They have no oil. They have no gas, no gold. Now, in Biafra land, we have oil and we have gas. The gas in Izombe, many of you do not know the reason of the senseless spying of our people in Izombe over the years. The gas in Izombe, based on rating, is the largest gas deposit in entire West Africa. And since it is in West Africa, that means it is Africa as a whole. Because there is no any other country that has biggest gas in Africa than the zoo. If you join, if if you match them with Biafra and Niger Delta, the Niger Delta, where they call Niger Delta. So if you match them together, no country has the biggest oil if not in the world. In the world, because I can tell you, tell me how many states in Russia. Russia is deemed as the richest oil producing country in the world, right? Good. Tell me how many states. I don't know what they call in Russia. Is it state or county or province? Tell me how many states in Russia today that produce oil in large quantity. How many are there? How many states produce oil in Russia? Those of you that live in Russia, if you are here listening to me right now, I need an answer. How many states are producing oil in Russia? Of course, if you go to Google today, you ask the top 10 oil producing country, Russia, America. America was told that the only place they have oil in America is in Texas. In Texas. So even if it's big, or I noticed that states are big. The American states are like countries. But even if they are big, but at least they are one state. It is one state. So, but in the zoo, do you know how many states producing oil in the zoo? Let me count them based on the the names given to them by the zoo. River State is there. Cross River is there. Akwa Ibom is there. Imo State is there. Abia State is there. Bayelsa is there. Delta State is there. Edo State is there. I don't even know Ondo State is also there. Ondo State, I think Ondo State is among the Niger Delta. Ondo State is there. Now, Anambra State has been recently added. Oil is found in Enugu State, which we shared the video sometime in the past, around 2020 or 2021, where fire was, I don't know, I don't even know. They said there is huge oil deposit or gas deposit under the ground because we saw the fire all of a sudden. Now, if you calculate all these states, there are about 12 to 13 oil producing states under the zoo. Now tell me, how many states? I don't know. It's like there's nobody from Russia is watching this live broadcast. I'm looking at the comments. I'm waiting for people from Russia. I want to know how many states are oil producing states in Russia. How many states are oil producers in Russia? Let me know. Somebody said that's gas in Enugu. Nwere onwe ụmụ Biafra. Nwere onwe you change kwara afa gị. Onwe afa nji we malo gị before. So now you see how many states? About 12 to 13. Yet they are not even rated among the top 10 oil producing countries in the world because of what? Corruption and the money from the oil is not being shown, not just in the country but also among the citizens. It's not shown. So now you see, Enugu, they say Enugu is gas, fine, very good and fine. The gas in Izombe is the biggest in entire West Africa, and if it's the biggest in West Africa, that means it's the largest in Africa as a whole. Of course, I understand you are the one, Mazi. I can see your picture. I can see that. So now, what is this? Look at this place. They said Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. And what is that? They sit at home. That they have been fighting to stop for the past 3 years. They failed. The zoo government kept silent. The Southeast governors kept silent. The Onyendus kept silent. All the politicians, House of Reps, senators, everybody kept quiet. Nobody talked. They pretended as if the sit at home is useless. They pretended as if they don't care. We can sit at home till eternity. Who cares? Nobody cares. Now, some people were not aware that these people, these zoo politicians, and of course, the Igbo, Onyendus, and other Igbo politicians, including the military, were all waiting to see what the DOS can do. Because they go before, no go be a future, go be a faka, go be a FEC, go be FEC to make sure that once this man is apprehended and rendition to Nigeria, nothing will happen. Nothing. We don't want to see anybody do PIM in Biafra land, in the southeast or wherever. We just want to seal it, let it be like nothing happens. Use your command and control to control everywhere. Make sure that there is serenity. Make sure there is tranquility. make sure that there is civil, make sure that there is order. Make sure that there is order. Use your command and control and calm everywhere down. Now, when they saw the growing frustrations from Biafran people, they announced that 9th August Monday sit at home. They came, do gara 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 gara. At least let us show them we are doing something. We are not just, keeping quiet. If you don't release person, I had China Sangoru shouting on top of his voice on the radio Fulani. If you don't release Mazinam Dekano by the 9th of August, every nook and cranny of Biafra land will be under lock and key. We are jumping up and down. I am the Kwamburianisi, if any Simbukambuka Kambuzi. Mburianisi, now shout on top of my voice on Biafra United channel. Now shout every day. Sit at home, can they Puzimakia? Until that very day, 9th of August 2021. I made us sit at home. Everywhere was on fire. Everywhere. They never knew that such announcement could have, gathered such momentum. They never knew that that move they made would have gathered such momentum. Everywhere was completely locked down, completely shut down, including Iguacha and other places in the place they call South South. Umapofa, Ndisendrefa, those that bought them over, call them immediately and ask them, are you mad? Is this our agreement? This is not our agreement. Chai! Please, if you haven't shared this very broadcast, I don't know what you're waiting for. Endeavor to do so, please. Very, very important. Ndigo Lufa, those that bought them over, call them immediately. Are you insane? Is this our agreement? Stop it immediately. The first thing they did was to tweet through their Fulani boy in Ghana called Ekpa Powerless. He tweeted. The first thing they did, because I followed everything. The first thing they did was they threw referendum on social media. They posted a yes or no referendum. They said, if you want us to continue the sit at home, vote yes. If you want us to stop it, vote no. I don't know if any of you remember what I'm saying right now. Within 24 hours, over 100,000 votes were casted, and all of them, all of them were yes. Yes, yes, yes. No did not record even up to 10 votes. And out of those 10 are the members of the criminal gang that collected money to sell Mazinam Dekan. I'm telling you, I don't know if any of you remember these things. And I wrote something. If I knew I would have talked about this, I would have gone back to the old, post I made. And I said, for them to throw this vote, to the public, something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. And we kept moving. I was observing everything. Then after the majority carried the vote, the next thing they said, we are considering to see if the sit at home will continue or will do something else. That was on the 13th of August. No, on the 11th of August. On the 11th of August. Now, 12th and 13th, announcement was made of the cancellation of the sit at home. So, okay, if I want Chenobi Mono Bezioku. I began to make inquiries. I began to do my findings to see what really transpired. And I found out what happened. Which I came to say, sit at home must to continue. Sit at home has to continue. How can you go and collect money? You sold your leader and you just do gara because you want to confuse us, to tell us that there's nothing like to show us that you are with us. Their master called them on telephone. All the governors, they called them, and it was an embarrassment. As God may have it, everything was in a hurry. Mazi Simon Ekpa dropped that very comment that he dropped, even without, thinking that this comment could go as far as that. He said, Biafra struggle has entered into Autopilot. That word broke the record. That very word is the government you see today. That very word is the restoration of Biafra you see today. That very word is the sidelining of the Nzama and career agitators in Biafra struggle today. That very word is the petition that you see today being written, being signed by the members, over 50 members of House of Representatives, and submitted to what's his name, Tinubu, to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That very word is what you see today that formed the government we have today. That word is what scattered the DOS. And when Mazi Simon Ekpa said this thing, he never envisaged what was going to be in future. He never knew. God put that word into his mouth. He said it. Even when he was still obedient to the thieves, DOS, thinking that they will somehow change their mind and do the right thing. He said that word. And people were, okay, we are now in Autopilot. We are going to do it, even without the orders and consent of these criminals that sold their master. From there, they target autopiloters. And we say, fine, we agree. We love it. We took it. So you see, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. What is this civil disobedience campaign in protest? They sit at home. And this is coming from America. LA Weekly. Look at it there. LA Weekly, which is in Los Angeles. Now, according to Ekpa, the BRGIE has organized a referendum which began on February 1st, 2024, to gain the consent of the Biafran people to work towards Biafra's independence from Nigeria. A Biafran convention will also be held in Finland later this year. He adds that once Biafra has obtained independence, the government in exile will be dissolved and elections will be held for a new government. That is when you know you are dealing with a civilized mind. This is when you know now that yes, you are actually dealing with a civilized mind. Not some rotten individuals, some rotten minds that can't even reason properly, that don't know the next thing to do. When you are working with the right people and right individual, then they will be telling you the future plans. You see the future plans. If you ask Ndoko, they don't have future plans for Biafra. The only future plans they have is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, since they didn't succeed in buying him. Peradventure, if he comes out and never realize that we are the ones who sold him, then he's going to continue. But for them, they know that he's not coming out. So therefore, they believe, not they know, they believe that he's not coming out. Therefore, let us be telling them we are working on the ground for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when he comes out, we're going to continue. They have no future, nothing to offer. But this is how you know the people who know what they are doing and have future plans. Even the zoo government as it stands today does not have future plans for the Nigerians. I don't know if you're paying attention. The Nigerian government as it stands today doesn't have any future plans for the youths, for the masses of the land. That's why you see the Naira going down on a daily basis. Economy has crashed to zero. There's something I saw, by the way. I saw something. Let me try and see if I can bring it to the screen. I saw something. They say ShopRite is now shutting down in Abuja. Abuja ShopRite will be shut down very, very soon. Abuja ShopRite is going to be shut down very, very soon. They have even written, what do you call it? They have written letter, letter to the owner of the plaza that they operate in Abuja. They have written letter to them. ShopRite will be shutting down as soon as possible. Yes. And this is reality. The number is still open. If you want to call me, you can call and talk to Biafrans. The number is on your screen, +358 415 let me start afresh. +358 4158 51133. Now, look at this place. This is ShopRite Abuja. Those of you that know where it is, me, I don't know. I have not gone to ShopRite Abuja before. So this is the ShopRite here. Now this is their letter, the official letter sent to the owners of the plaza, that very shopping mall where they are. This is the letter.